and welcome back to another episode of Roblox, the Roblox tutorials that I've been doing. In the last episode, we started working through the Roblox scripting cookbook that you can find on the Roblox wiki. And we managed to make a brick semi-transparent and red, so, massive achievements there. I was going to work through some more entries in the cookbook today, but when I was doing a little bit of prep work, just to make sure it didn't go horrendously wrong, I really struggled with the next entry. Figured it out in the end. It was about how you kill a player, and it talked about indexing a player in the workspace. Wasn't at all clear how that happens, but it turns out this was a particular script that could only be run when the game was running. I've got that. I'll just quickly show it anyway while we're here, but then I've got another idea about which tutorials to do first while I'm still very much learning the scripting. It did feel like the cookbook just made a few assumptions about knowledge that which weren't quite accurate in terms of where my head is. All I've done here, right now I've got Roblox open, I've just got a basic base plate open. As you know, I've fiddled around with the windows, so we've got this basic 3D world here that we were building in the first couple of tutorials. You've got the output window on the left here, where we'll see any errors that we make, and also anything we want to print to that window. Properties, which has got the details of everything we click in the Explorer window, and that's the window on the far right, the Explorer window. So if we look in Workspace and just open it up, we've got Terrain, Camera, Base Plate. There's no player there. And yet everything I was reading in the cookbook was telling me to have a look at the player information here. And if you do such and such, you can, remove a player's head or destroy its limb and that kind of thing. So it completely flummoxed me until I had a brainwave this morning to actually start the game running and then look at that Explorer window. And when you do that and open up Workspace, ta-da, there is the player. And in the player, we have all sorts of things: body colours, pants, shirts, health. It's a humanoid, Kate's hair. So presumably, if I wanted to change that, I could put different hair in. And it's got all its parts. It's got a head, a left arm, a left leg, a right arm, a right leg. So the scripts I was looking at in the cookbook were scripts that I'd run into this run command window up here. So as an example, I will quickly flick onto it. So if I open up the cookbook tutorial here a sec. This is all on the Roblox wiki. So killing players. It gives you this script here, which I'll just copy and paste over. Where are we? Right. So into the run command window, I won't press enter for the minute. I just want to look at it. Workspace player. So that's referring to the workspace. It's almost, it's a map. Workspace player, and it's saying humanoid. Here we go. And it's saying this humanoid set its health, which is part of the properties here, set its health to 0, and that will kill her. So, okay, keep an eye on the main game window. I'm going to press return. Oh, poor girl. She just died. She resets, press return again, she dies again. But if I then stop the game, she disappears, and that player entry disappears from. Oops, I moved the base plate there. The player entry disappears from Workspace. So that was the problem I was getting there. So we'll come back to that part of the cookbook again anyway. Now I figured that out, that's fine. But in the process of trying to find a solution to that, I came across some of the other scripting tutorials on the wiki, and I want to look at that first because I think they're a bit simpler, and I want to build up to the more complex things rather than just diving straight into the cookbook. Okay, so one of the first tutorials is creating a script, which we already did in the previous episode, but it'd be good to just recap. It says here on this page that this is an easy tutorial and is part of a series on scripting, so that's perfect. It talks about previous tutorials where they basically put code commands into the command bar. We've not followed those tutorials, but that's exactly what we did just then to kill the player. So we'll leave that alone because I want to focus on actually using scripts in Roblox. So, as it says here, instead of giving instructions one at a time through the command bar, which you then execute when the game's running, you can provide a list of instructions in a script. A script is basically a text file where we type in the instructions using the Lua language, which is what Roblox uses. But I think it's sort of like a watered down version of Lua. So first of all, you've got to add a script to your game. So here it says to add a script, right click on Server Script Service, hover over Insert Object and click on Script and the script will open up. So if we go back to Roblox, close up to Workspace, go halfway down, you see Server Script Service. That's where your scripts are often stored. So if you right click on that, scroll halfway down into Insert Object, and there you find it's given you 3 options: folder, module, script, or script. We'll pick script. So there's a script now within that part of the workspace, or not the workspace, in that part of Explorer, and another tab has opened up with the print hello world. Now if we just press play here, my little character would land, as she does, but that's the actual hello world doesn't get printed in this 3D world. It gets printed up here in the output window. And like I think last time we were printing out something like I have just changed colour or something about the brick, something like that. So that's our script. All new scripts or all new first programs in computing tend to be in a hello world program. That's the convention. But we'll get rid of that because we don't want to print hello worlds. But obviously, if we want to print something else, print my name is Michelle. Great. Press play. There it is in the output window. My name is Michelle. Okay. Oh, we don't want to print that either. So what it's suggesting we do is use this code, which I'll copy and paste over and then discuss. Okay. It's saying that what we want to do is change the look of that base plate that we've got in the window, this lovely grey metallic-y base plate, make it sort of 3/4 transparent. If you remember, 1 is completely invisible, so 0.7 is going to be, you know, getting there, but not quite. And change the brick colour to blue. So the first line is saying game workspace base plate. And again, this is a directory, it's a map, it's a navigation tool. It's saying look in the game. Now game you can't actually see in Explorer. The top level is workspace. But sitting above that, you can imagine this overarching folder, if you like, of game that we're working in. So we can't see it, but it's there. So it says game, then go to workspace, then go to base plate. So game.workspace.baseplate, and then it says for that transparency, set it to 0.7. And then the same thing, game workspace base plate, and then instead of transparency, let's change the value of the brick color. And the way they do that is brick color equals, and you say brick color again, dot, and whatever you want to put in there. If you're not sure what's available in brick colors, you can, if you can just take away, let's say you just wanted a brick color, but you weren't sure what one, you would type brick color in just like that, put the full stop in, and then this little pop-up comes up giving you all the different types you can go for. We'll stick with blue. So you double click on it, and not only does it give you the blue, but it gives you the 2 brackets that you need as well, which is useful. So that's that autocomplete function. So if we press play, we should get a lovely new base plate that's a blue semi-transparent colour. Yay! That looks lovely actually, doesn't it? It's like ice skating. Okay, so we've got a nice different semi-transparent faceplate. So that was easy. So the script is there in the server script service part of Explorer. Okay, so that was easy. Going further down, it says most of the time scripts should go into the server script service. However, there are some cases where it's convenient to put them elsewhere. For example, let's consider a script that changes the color of a brick to a random color. Normally, the script would be in the server script service, and it would just then, again, point the script to the part that should have a random color. So it just sort of says, look here, find that part and make its brick color random. But if we had lots of different parts and you had all of these scripts in the server script service, you'd have to have a command for each of them. So find part 1, change that color, find part 2, change that color, and all of that. But an easier way to do it may be to insert a part in the workspace first, and then attach a script to that, and then every time then you needed a script to change a part, you could just copy and paste that script. So what it says here, what it means here basically is, if we go back to Explorer and we click on Workspace and right click, we insert a part. So there's a part in this workspace now. So if we actually press play, we'd see this part somewhere near our character. There it is. Okay, so what we want to do is insert onto that, directly onto that. So right click, find insert object, go over and down for script. We're inserting a script directly onto that part. Okay, so this script will say, we'll say script parent brick color equals brick color random. Okay, what that is doing is saying, find the parent of this script, and the parent, just to explain the child and parent thing in Explorer. If something sort of sits underneath another thing, the thing it's sitting underneath is the parent, and the thing itself is the child. So this script here is the child of part there. Part here is the child of workspace. It's the usual thing. It's exactly the same as when you save files and documents on your computer. That they belong to folders, that belong to other folders, that belong to other folders, and what you really are setting up is a parent-child directory. So what we have here then, we're telling this script, find your parent, which is the part, script parent, have a look at this brick color, and change it to a random brick color. Okay, so let's play that and see what we get. I don't know, there you are, it's a beautiful, what colour is that? Is that teal, turquoise, that kind of thing? If we stop and press play again, should be a different colour, because it's grey. And if we stop, press play again, it's dark. So each time this script runs, it's giving this brick a random colour. And then, as it says here, in Explorer, we could now copy and paste this new script and put it inside any part we want to change the colour of, because the script itself doesn't refer to a particular part by its actual name. So, it could only ever refer to that part. It just says script parent. So whatever it belongs to, it'll change the colour of. So that's a really, really flexible script to have. So what I wanted to do now, because that's it for that first tutorial on creating a script, is just see if I can remember some of what I covered in the last one and change this so that it starts off one colour and turns another colour when my player touches it. So we could have script, parent, brick colour, but instead of brick colour random, let's have a starter colour of white. Okay, so when it first starts, this will be white. So let's just change, test that. Yeah, lovely white brick. Okay, nice. So what I want to happen is that when she touches it, the brick will turn red. So I have been doing a little bit of looking, obviously when I was trying to find the solution for why I couldn't find a player to destroy. And I came across an easy way of doing functions in Roblox Lua that reminded me more of what I had learned some time ago in Python. So you would write the function, which is basically a set of instructions. So function, you use that word, name the function whatever you want to name it, and I'm going to call it change color, and you do 2 brackets there. So this is the way that you this is the sort of the brackets, if you like, function change color end, around which you type the instruction. So and this is really straightforward. You just want to tell it to change it from script parent brick color equals brick color white to change it to brick color red. So I'm just going to copy this here, pop it inside the function there. So the instruction is script parent brick color red. Okay, end. And then we'll come outside. But all this does is say there's an instruction there to change the brick colour from white to red, but it doesn't say when. And unless we put something in there to say in what circumstance would that happen, in what circumstance would that instruction be triggered to actually happen, nothing will happen. That brick colour will remain white. And we'll show that now if we just go in and play. There shouldn't be any change to the brick colour, and she can run up to it and jump all over it and nothing happens. Okay, so we need to call this function, and the way you would do that is say script, I think anyway, parent touched. Oh, there you are. It's giving me it. It's correcting my my typo there where I didn't have a capital. What it's saying is this function, we call this function, this is how we make sure this function works when the game launches, by saying when the script parent, which is our lovely part here, our white part, is touched, colon, connect, I'm not sure if that's got a capital or not, we'll just have to try it. We connect, when it's touched, we connect to the change color function. So script parent basically says the part, when the part dot touched is touched, what shall we do? The colon then tells it what to do. The sentence says, when this happens, do this. And the other side of the colon means connect, which is another word for call. Or at least that's what I think within this within the Roblox Lua language. Call the function, and you have to put the name of the function then in your brackets. Call function change color. So this should mean when my little player touches the brick, it calls the function change color, and the function change color tells it to turn the brick red. Okay, let's see if that works. So we've got a white brick. She's going to run up to it. Yay! We have a red brick. Now, she perhaps is doing this and turning it all the time, but of course we don't see that because it's red. So she may be turning it red again, but it's red. Turning it red again. So just to show that this script keeps on running, we won't have it red. We'll have it random instead. So what we should have is every time she touches it, it should go a random colour, from white to random. So we run up to it, blue, funny colour, green, red, lots of different colours, and she can carry on doing that forever. Yay! It's like a game, except it would be the most boring game in the world. But there are things you could do with this. I mean, obviously changing colours. This could be something where somebody runs up to a building, changes the colour. You know, you have to turn your entire world red for the red team to win. Something like that, similar to Splatoon, but with players running up and touching things and having to I don't know, attack other players that stop them doing it. You know, there's things you could use to build on this. But for right now, we've just got a little brick that changes colour when you touch it. Okay, that's probably enough for today's episode. So we'll carry on working through the Roblox wiki and the different tutorials there. And I'll carry on doing some extra reading around the sides of it all so that I can actually understand what they're advising and figure out bits and pieces where it just isn't clear what you're meant to be doing. And I think in the end, we will get there. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.